What the?
Hey, do you mind if on this BAM I talk about me making the Green Arrow movie?
Why not?
Alright. I was trying to gather some DC news, stuff that maybe you wouldn't have, but I couldn't find anything.
Alright, go ahead. Preach, brother. Plug your stuff.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Why don't we get... Hello, guys. I'm Drake.
I'm Justin. The dynamic duo are back. Or is back.
And I guess I'm Robin. Hey.
I don't know English. Less grass mowing, more English.
That's a true fact. When I was with him in school, he barely passed English.
Pretty
True
much.
fact.
But that chemistry, though,
Yeah, to be honest, though, mainly because we were just talking about comic books.
Yeah. I remember one time in, off topic,
Off topic, yeah.
in world geography, we pulled out our comics and then our teacher got mad at us. Like, we had, like, a bunch of comics on the desk. We're like, so what? We read comics. We don't care. What are you going to say?
Yeah, we looked like we were, like, selling comic books. Like, we were like, oh, yeah, look at this one, this one. And the teacher was just like, look, had this the most disgusted look on their face. It was like...
Back in the good old Marvel vs. Capcom 2 days.
Oh, yeah, I remember we played that game. You always beat me. I think I beat you, like, twice.
Yeah, I forget.
And that was it.
Yeah, man, my thumbs were sore after that shit. Pause.
Then you get into your Wolverine Rage mode and then you beat me again.
Yeah. I forget what character. I used, obviously, Spider-Man and...
Yeah, obviously.
Colossus. I forget what character.
Yeah, you use Colossus and then you use Sentinel a lot, too.
Yeah, and I also use this, like, other Capcom character that has a sword.
Taskmaster?
No, Capcom character.
Okay, no. Capcom...
I don't know much.
I don't know, Zero?
Yeah, I think
Zero,
it was that.
Maybe.
And you used...
I don't know.
Hawkeye, obviously. Just kidding.
Yeah, I actually did use Hawkeye. And then I used Deadpool, and then I used,
It was so difficult to...
Yeah, I don't remember who else I used.
It was so difficult to get the characters I really wanted, like Iron Man. Like, I could never beat the campaign on that game, like, on the App Store. It's like, there's so many different freaking stages, and it gets intense as hell.
Dude, Iron Man was an OP character, though, in that game.
Yeah, and they didn't give you Thor at the beginning, too.
Yeah, Thor was really good, too. Alright, moving on to actual stuff. Let me just start off with news. I'm going to mention this in a video that's either going to be up tomorrow, or maybe I'll post it tonight, which will technically still be tomorrow. But, yeah, I am making, just throwing out some news, I am making a Green Arrow movie. I ordered the costume a good while ago, so whenever this comes out, whenever Justin decides to post it, it probably will get here this week or next week. And so definitely look forward to that. Yeah, I'll be posting stuff up. You know, I made an intro recently for it, and so I'll probably post that up. And then, yeah, I'll just give you guys news, and I'll have an unboxing of the costume. Definitely. So just look forward to all that cool stuff.
Are you sure you want to show it off? Like, you want to wait till the film, or maybe you could show off little bits and pieces or stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to unbox it then review it.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I'm just going to keep like an unboxing video, and then I'm going to have it on while I review it.
And I'll probably do my Spider-Man Zentai suit
That's what
review.
I was thinking. I think you could do it totally. You could totally do a review of yours.
Yeah, because I feel like you guys didn't see enough of it in the Comic-Con video. And so, yeah, and my camera kind of sucks, so... Yeah.
And dude, here's something. You can edit this out. I'm coming down to San Antonio like either this Saturday. No, it's not this Saturday. It's next Saturday.
Oh, you are?
So, yeah. So we need to work out something, man. And and my costume will probably be in there by time, so I can just bring it down and we can have a photo shoot with my costume and your costume.
Yeah, we could do a photo op thing, and then we'll upload it to the channel. We're obviously editing this shit out. But yeah.
Obviously.
But yeah, I'll probably be doing an in-depth review of my suit. Man, I love my suit. Like, sometimes I just put on the mask. I'm like, okay, you're gonna take a couple pictures now.
Yeah.
Yep, it happens. Yeah, so also...
Let's get back to the actual stuff. Alright, guys.
Wait. Before the actual news, we want to jerk around for another hour. I'm just kidding. I want to mention something real quick.
We need to make this as long as possible.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure.
The less news, the better. I'm just kidding. So I wanted to say is next week we have shows starting back up like Flash, Arrow, and Walking Dead starts pretty soon. And Legends of Tomorrow, I don't know when that starts, but we'll look into that. And so expect...
Yeah, definitely look forward to us doing reviews. Obviously, I'm going to be the one doing Green Arrow, and me and Justin are going to switch on Flash.
Yeah.
Because we both have enough knowledge of the character to be able to actually review stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then obviously he'll be doing Walking Dead, and then we'll probably do the same thing for Flash, like we did for Legends of Tomorrow. I'll switch in between there.
Yeah.
So definitely look for those coming out.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys will get more videos, more content. It's just been really difficult because school, work. So I mean, don't expect a lot. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Don't expect like 5 videos a week.
Yeah, and something you didn't mention is Doctor Who's starting back up. So I will be reviewing those too, because that is a comic book. So technically, I can review it, and I will.
All right, enjoy that.
All right, now on to the news.
Yeah, the real news.
Justin, you can go ahead and start.
All right, so we got 6 pieces of news today. Our first piece...
Actually, I guess I'll start, because it's a DC thing.
Cut me off.
Actually, no, you actually know what it is, so go ahead. Never mind. That's a lie. Carry on.
DC explains why there's no shared TV and movie universe, and basically explaining like how come it's not in continuity with the film universe. And one of the heads at DC, I think it was Zack Snyder, spoke out about it, basically saying that it's much easier to have a different universe for the TV, for CW and DC, because their idea was they could flesh out their characters on TV without it interfering with the films. So they have 2 separate type of universes that they want to flesh out. So you could get like 2 sides of the coin.
So basically give the viewers more. Basically saying, alright, we're not just going to give you one Flash. We're going to let you have 2. That way you can choose which one.
Yeah.
You know.
Honestly.
Yeah, hopefully they'll pick a good Green Arrow, and who knows, I might make a video on who I think should play Green Arrow and explain why, and
send it to CW.
Explain kind of the, I'll send it to CW, and along with my Felicity hate video, which that's a whole another hour video there.
Felicity in a body bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I'm glad they spoke out about it, because, you know, at first I thought it was like a stupid decision to do, mainly because it's like it's so much simpler to make it be in the same continuity in the same universe, so that way you can have your characters go to the TV and you don't have to have different actors interfering and it being complicated. And I feel like that's going to be a problem for DC, because what if people don't like Ezra Miller cast as Flash for the film, but they love Grant Gustin? Like, I feel like...
So I guess keep watching Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
Alright, so as a DC fan, and I've always, there's a little bit of me as a DC fan that says, oh, DC can do no wrong, but they have, alright?
Of course.
Nobody's perfect, as a quote from Hannah Montana.
But also,
I'm actually kind of, don't know Justin's stance on this, but I personally, it can go good or bad. I can see it as being bad because, yeah, it'd be awesome to see, say, if the new Flash is bad, it'd be awesome to see Grant Gustin, or whatever his name is, be on the big screen going with everyone else. Although, it wouldn't be so good, say, with Stephen Amell. Because, yes, he is a good actor. I think there could be someone that would be better than him, which, like I said, I might make a video about that.
Yeah. Also, one thing I want to add, I feel like this will be more effective negatively towards DC and WB, because, we have CW, they've already, I feel like, in my opinion, they're way ahead of the game than WB is and DC. They've already, built their own cohesive universe with Flash, Hawk, now they're bringing Hawkgirl into it, Supergirl, and Arrow, and the Atom, and now.
I'm still not sure about it. Is Supergirl going to be part of the
Flash, it's on
a universe?
They said they're gonna try to do it, but it's on different channels, so not really. But back to what I was saying, they have the Legends of Tomorrow coming out, which is their own little superhero team right there, and I feel like they fleshed out.
It's weird because it has 2 villains in it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but anyway, I feel like they fleshed out a lot more than DC has done so far with building a universe. DC is just starting to do that with announcing films like Wonder Woman and the Justice League and Aquaman, all these other films. They just announced this, and CW's, I feel like they're way ahead of the game against DC. So, in my opinion, I think it's going to affect WB and DC more than CW. But yeah.
Like I said, I can see both sides of the coin. But, it's still, I can care less as long as Green Arrow's still in the Justice League.
Biased opinion.
They've already stated that he's not going to be in Justice League 1, which is not to say that there might not be a reference there towards him, but they've already stated they're not putting him in Justice League 1. So maybe he has a chance in Justice League 2. Possibly. I think it'd be a waste of character. I mean, see what they did with Hawkeye, just in Thor and Avengers, and then Avengers 2, of course.
Yeah.
They turned him out to be a great character,
But,
and I think they could do that with Green Arrow, especially with, honestly, in my opinion, I think he should have his own movie, but that's probably not going to happen.
Also, back to what you were saying about Green Arrow, what if Green Arrow is in the Justice League film, what if he still has that kind of negative impact, on, people that don't really care about the Archer characters that Hawkeye did in the films? That is until Avengers 2 when we started giving her crap. Well, at least people did. Because of that whole backstory with his family and everything. Unless they execute his character, well, obviously if DC, because I know Zack Snyder likes to take a very bland and bleak tone to characters. If Zack Snyder decides to make Green Arrow comedic and have an outgoing, funny, hilarious personality, I feel like people will like the character more. But if they decided to go.
Yeah, definitely. But like I said, with Mike Grell and what's his name, O'Brien, I forgot what his name was, who did Green Lantern and Green Arrow. They did a serious take on him, but they did it really well. But he still had that kind of goofy personality, right? It wasn't full I'm the Dark Knight type of personality.
Yeah.
And honestly, and no offense to Marvel, but unlike Hawkeye, Green Arrow is actually essential to the Justice League because he kind of tells them what's right and wrong. He goes, no, stop worrying about this when there's people down here that are getting hurt. You do this. He's kind of like a,
Yeah, well, that's what I'm...
He's famously kind of kept them on track, which is why he's such an important character.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. If DC decides to go that route, bringing the true and essence of the character to screen, or are they going to be ambiguous about it and be okay, so we're doing it kind of like what they do with Arrow, you know what I'm saying? If DC...
Yeah, which, that worries me because, because if they just have him as a side character that's just kind of there and doesn't really do much, that just, I don't know. It's just a waste of a good character, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
It all depends.
Yeah, it all depends on what the person, you know. And honestly, with the, this is why it worries me so much with the TV show's ratings, not being that good and people hearing hate towards the show, which is properly so, but having hate towards the show, right? And, someone saying this, someone's going to go, you know what, maybe he shouldn't be in these Justice League movies. Maybe we really don't need him as a character. When in actuality, if you read the comic books, he's an awesome and essential part to the Justice League that is needed and especially can help define the Justice League as well.
Yeah. Well, like that's it, because it's like the perfect opportunity too, since like the Arrow's not doing so well. Well, until season 4 premieres, like we'll see how it does.
Hopefully.
It improves, but like right now is the perfect time to be like, okay, so we're making a Green Arrow film, and like that can like sort of like bring hope or to what DC's gonna do with Green Arrow if they do a Green Arrow film.
My only hope, because I really don't think, almost like the X-Men films, you see how Nightcrawler is only in one and he's not that
essential.
He's not that important in one. My only hope that I think will get him kind of a bigger role is that the fact that they kind of want to top Marvel and they're going to go, oh, well, your Archer got kind of popular because this. Well, guess what? We're going to have our Archer be bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something sort of like that. That's my only hope for it, unless the director is smart enough to go, you know what, I'm going to look into this character. Oh, wow, this is a really good character, and he's an awesome character, and he's got a great story and everything, and he's, just an all-round written a good character. I think he definitely needs to either, have his own movie or, be part of this.
Yeah. All right, so with that being that long discussion, our second piece of news is something I'm kind of not familiar with. Booster Gold film.
Booster Gold in film
development.
All right. Development. All right. Wait. Yeah. Booster Gold film development. Yeah. Green Arrow can't get a film.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, it kind of makes me mad because Booster Gold's even a lesser known character.
Since when did he catch so much popularity?
And a lot of DC fans will say, "Oh no, Booster Gold sucks." In my opinion, he's a really good character. I've seen him in the Justice League animated TV show. He had his whole entire episode there, which portrayed him really well. He's kind of like a smirky, douche at times, but he still is, a lighthearted character and still is willing to help people, but, he's not always in it just to help people, but himself, and that's kind of a cool edge on a character that really wasn't done at that time. So I think a film could be really good. Basically, for Justin, he's a character that used to be in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of a nobody in the future, so he took the technology, came back in time to make himself more of a cooler, popular character.
Yeah, I'm not that well known about him, but I've seen him in I'm pretty sure he was in the Death of Superman with Day. It was like the JLA, and I heard a funny joke.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, so I don't know.
No, it was in the Death of Superman.
Like I said, I haven't seen that movie in a while, so I don't know.
A comic. Not movie.
Doomsday.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the comic book. I just haven't opened it.
Yeah.
I haven't even read it. Which sounds really bad. Because,
well, I heard like the Justice League in the 90s was the equivalent of the West Coast Avengers.
Pretty much.
Yikes. And so yeah, with that being said, I don't know much about Booster Gold, but Drake just informed me about it. So, what I think about this, I really have to see the film before I can judge. But that was kind of outrageous how Booster Gold gets a film in development, but not Green Arrow. Like I have social media about comic book news and everything. I've never seen like such. What got such a big push for Booster Gold? Like honestly, I'm just saying.
I mean, he's an interesting character in himself, but I don't think he can carry a film.
Yeah, that.
All right.
Yeah, like I'm not bashing, but I'm like, wait, whoa, how? Like, what big push? Like, Green Arrow has his own TV show, and yet, if it's still like flopping, it's not doing well. It still has a lot of popularity.
Yeah, I think
It's still well known.
Like a serious disease, and
Yeah.
and have my one wish for a Green Arrow film to be made.
What if they go like they go all the way down the list?
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Make-A-Wish. Send it.
Can we just please have a Green Arrow film made properly?
Zack Snyder writes you back. Okay, son, but it's gonna be dark and gritty.
Never mind then. I'm good. Then again, like I said, that can be done well. It's been proven. It just has to be done right.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so.
Honestly, sorry, I'm just gonna have one more bit. Honestly, no matter what, I mean, as long as it's a good comic book character and it's a good story and it's a good writer writing it, you pretty much have a storyboard mapped out for you in these comic books. So honestly, there's no excuse unless you have your own idea for them to have a bad superhero film.
Exactly. As long as you have the writers with a good track record, good director, good cast.
And you stick with the source material and you actually make the character how he's supposed to be.
Yeah, and you have actors and actresses that can fit those shoes.
You know, almost every single character can most likely have his own film. Well, maybe, except for Howard the Duck. I don't think he can have his...
Yeah, that one's really difficult to pull off, I imagine.
Although, in the Guardians of the Galaxy, he did have a really pretty cool cameo.
Yeah, that was a cool Easter egg, I must admit. Alright, so...
So my favorite end credit scene has to be Avengers 2. I'll do it myself.
Oh, yeah. I think there was... Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was freaking badass. Infinity Gauntlet. Alright, so our next piece of news is Red Tornado revealed. Alright, I'll go first. I call dibs. Alright, so when I saw this, I've seen the Young Justice animated show. I watched all of season 1. Red Tornado, he was like
You should watch the animated Justice League TV show.
I'm more of Young Justice, no offense, but yeah, I'm more for the underdog.
It's basically the same thing, except it's the adult versions of those characters.
Well, yeah, but I like the Young Justice show better because it's like the underdog team, like naive, kind of like unbalanced team. You know, kind of like dysfunctional team at first, but then they grow together. I like the little.
That was the Justice League.
Well, no, because the Justice League are like the big guys. Like these are the little guys.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they still get along, though.
Yeah, well, I mean they.
You should see Batman and Superman fight in that show. It gets intense.
Well, yeah, but they're more knowledgeable in like fighting and everything than Young Justice team is.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. You know, even Young Justice had a good portrayal of Green Arrow, but that's also one of my favorite animated portrayals of Green Arrow. Besides, you know, the awesome Green Arrow. What is it called? The short film on Green Arrow. I forgot what it's called. Showcase. Green Arrow Showcase.
Yeah, and back to what I was saying. You don't see the Young Justice team taking on like villains that the Justice League take on, like Darkseid, Brainiac. You don't see them take on big guys like that.
They take on the Joker once.
Who, the Young Justice?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've only seen season 1.
Yeah, I think they took on the Joker. As well as Batman and Superman themselves. Well, really, not just Batman and Superman. The kind of adult versions of themselves. Martian Manhunter versus whatever her name is, the girl version of Martian Manhunter, Batman versus Robin,
what are you talking about?
versus Superman. Yeah, it's an episode.
It's a training session. They're not.
No, there was an actual episode where they get turned evil.
Well, I mean, getting turned evil.
You need to watch more episodes of that show.
Well, I mean, still, like the Young Justice team, they're more like naive and unexperienced.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
They're even depicted like that when the Justice League come down. Like they Batman even trains some of the Justice League members, and plus Black Canary does too. She taught Superboy how to fight better and more skilled and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one scene. It was one of my favorite scenes in the Young Justice, where like the girl Martian Manhunter is pretending to be Black Canary.
Oh yeah.
In like Superboy, and like Green Arrow just starts laughing.
Yeah. So yeah, we got off track. Thanks, Drake. So anyway.
Red Tornado.
All right. So Red Tomato. Red Tomato.
Red Tomato.
That's my first thoughts.
They generally are.
Honestly, it bothered me at first, but then I thought about it. I was like, it fits for TV budget. I mean, they did the best what they could. I mean, they couldn't make it like a Iron Man type suit like they did in the Young Justice show, which I thought looked really cool. The only thing that annoys me a lot is just like the red is just way too bright and like distracting for my taste, and the facial feature thing, like I feel like he should wear the helmet that he wears in Young Justice. But other than that, like it fits for TV budget, but it kind of did annoy me at first. I was like, what the hell? Like a little bit, just a little bit. But I think it'll start to grow on me when I see Supergirl though. So yeah. What do you think?
With the costume, alright, so there's some things that will probably change a bit. Like, when it's filmed on camera, it changes a bit. Like, if they want to tone down something, they will. And that actually generally happens when they make a costume. Like, for example, say the Arrow TV show, if they made his costume, it's extra green. That way, no matter what color they want, they can either tone it down or brighten it up a bit. So that's probably what they did with Red Tornado. They made it extra red, that way they can tone it down or leave it at that level, which I doubt they will. But, it did look a bit, it did look like a bit of like a, like $1,000 Halloween costume. But even then, it
just say, you want
well.
Tomato.
I think the face was a bit too bulky, and I don't know. I have to see the full body, really.
That's the only thing that was a turn off for me, like the face thing, like because he had armor.
The face looks a bit like a tomato, actually. Yeah.
Well, because he had armor on his whole body, or at least from his torso up.
Now I'm drunk. Are those pumpkins on your TV?
Oh. So you're drunk. That explains the whole thing. They're like, oh yeah, Justice League and Young Justice, practically the same thing.
Probably. I don't know.
Except they're really not.
They're like grown-up versions. I don't.
Exactly.
I think you'll still enjoy it though, even though you like the underdog one, because it's still just so enjoyable.
It is.
And there's an episode. It's like my favorite episode.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck about the Justice League.
It's like an episode that has all the non-powered characters fight like a really Hulk type of character, and he's like, I want Superman. He's like, and like, anyways, it's got like a message and stuff.
Wow, great review. 10 out of 10.
Ask me like tomorrow, and I'll tell you a full review of it.
Alrighty.
Are those pumpkins on your TV?
Yeah.
It's September.
It's October.
Is it?
Yes, you're too drunk. That's a problem.
I am really too drunk, but...
Yeah, okay, so...
No, it's September 29th.
Okay, stop. You're causing me more editing issues. I don't want to edit too much. Alright, let's just move on to the next shit. Alright, guys, moving on. We had some, few discrepancies.
Hold on. Yes. You. Alright. Alright, guys, so number 4 is Spider-Man age 15. Apparently that's going to be his age.
That's great. I love it.
15, that's not a bad... I can't really recall what grade that's in. Obviously, it's high school. I think that's freshman. I don't know. Is it?
Yeah. Well, knowing Marvel Studios, they're probably going to keep him very young for a while. because he is kind of like this underdog character. Well, kind of like, yeah, he is this underdog character in a world of big heroes. Like Captain America, the Avengers. Yeah. So they're gonna probably keep him in high school. That's why they kept him at age 15. Which is funny because that's when he got bit by the spider at age 15 back in 1962. So, yes, I think this is a great age for him, but I don't... Is it the age for the Spider-Man film, or is it his age when he's appearing in Civil War? That's the question. Because if it's his age when he's in Civil War, that seems a little bit too young for him to be, with the Avengers at that time.
Yeah, because he was, like, in college at that point during the Civil War, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's... Let me see how I can say this. If he's age 15... Like, what I'm thinking is, like, Civil War is after the Spider-Man film. So it's like, he's 15 in the Spider-Man film, but then after that film, then it's like Civil War, but it's like flipped. I'm not sure, but I like the age more. High school time, it's one of the best times for storytelling with Stan Lee and Ditko. They could do so much stuff with that, so I'm excited to see him. Faith in Kevin Feige. So yeah, excited to see what's to come. So Kraven's rumored for villains, so that's really cool. All right, what do you think, Drake?
I love Kraven. I just don't know how to spell his name. Look, I got this game that's like pixel superheroes, and you had to guess who the superhero was. It took me like 50 tries just to spell Kraven's name.
Yeah, Drake's a little tipsy.
For age, yeah. Honestly, if it is during Civil War, like he's gonna be 15 during the Civil War. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter to me. Although some of the stuff that happens in Civil War, he might be a bit too young for it. Like there's a serious crap goes down during Civil War.
Pornography.
So it's like just a 15-year-old going, that Thor just blew a hole through that guy's chest.
Yeah.
But some stuff he might just be a bit, it
drastic.
might be a little bit too young for that to be taken seriously. Him to not really care about that.
Yeah.
Which, he cares in the comic book anyways, but what I'm trying to say is it's a bit too young for that to happen. Especially because he gets, like, brutally beat up in one part of it, and it's kind of hard to watch a 15-year-old do that. So,
but yeah,
they didn't really say anything else. Like he's gonna be 15 when he gets bit by the spider. Then like college, whenever he's fighting. It just said 15, so I don't know. I guess it really depends on the story. If they're not gonna do some of the more brutal moments, then yeah, that could work. But if they are, then it really can't.
Yeah. And also, it also has like what I was saying, like the underdog with the big guys sort of thing. So I think it's gonna be like really cool to see. I feel like it's gonna be like that analogy for children, that are like, oh, like Peter Parker's like sort of my age, and like, wouldn't it be cool if like I'm with the Avengers, that sort of thing. Like it's practically
not during some war, it's not.
Not during Civil War. Gets chaotic, gets crazy.
Like, several people died, including a bunch
at the
of
same
kids.
time, like, Spider-Man can be, like, the moral compass if he's on Stark's side. Like, what are you doing? Like, when Thor, in the comics, when he killed Goliath, and then he switches sides. So I feel like he could be that moral compass because he's, like, so innocent and, like, young. So, yeah. That'd be really cool.
Did they say they're going to do the robot Thor during that?
No, probably not. I doubt it. Thor is not going to be in it. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, next news is... Drake?
No, I said Spider-Man 15 is your turn.
Oh, yeah. Hayden Christensen back for Star Wars Episode 8. Thoughts?
Oh, me? Alright, a lot of people are gonna hate me for this. I don't think Hayden Christensen is a bad actor. Alright, put down your shotguns. He's really not.
Open fire.
I've seen him act in several other stuff, and he can be a good actor, and this has been shown many times, especially with M. Night Shyamalan and, what's his name? Yeah. And what's his name from Ted? The main guy who also played in, the other guys.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Marky Mark, whatever his name is. Yeah, you see, he was in like a Shyamalan film, and he was he was horrible in it. So honestly, I think it's about the director, because no matter how good the actor is, it can't help a bad director. If a bad director goes, no, I want you to act this way, that's what you're gonna have to do. So honestly, and Hayden Christensen's, it was just a bad director.
It's not that he's like a bad actor. It's just the script writing, like his character was poor. That's what I thought. Because like his acting is not that bad.
That's really not.
But like he got a really bad rep after that, after Star Wars.
Heck, even in some scenes when during the prequels were even good. Again, put down your shotguns.
No, Drake's a little tipsy, so I mean, don't take what he's saying seriously at all.
I mean, no. Yes, because there was a scene where it was just silent, right? He was accepting the fact that she's pregnant, and it was just silent, and they were figuring out what to do. It was a really powerful scene, and he was awesome in it. So I think he is a good actor. It just depends on the good director, and I think he's a good director. So he should be fine in this movie.
It's probably going to be like, if anything, it's not going to be that bad for people that really hate him as an actor. It's probably going to be like a short cameo of him as Vader, or maybe it's just going to be like a little ghost of him or a flashback. Nothing like too long or extensive.
Yeah, like what they did in the Star Wars, the older Star Wars
movies.
Sequels. They superimposed this random guy, basically the guy that played Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
He was originally with Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi, but they superimposed Hayden Christensen on him, which was a first off horrible decision. So they might do that. But other than that, I don't find it bad.
Yeah, I'll get over it. I mean, I personally, like, I don't think he's that bad of an actor, like I said. Alright, so our next and last piece of news is Luke Cage set photos released, or revealed. Ooh, okay, so...
Well, set photos, I guess, it kind of looks like it's just like a photo shoot in this guy, so...
Yeah, well...
But, yeah.
What do you think?
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Alright, so, I really like the actor's physique. He really fits the role for Luke Cage. I mean, he's big, he's muscular. Drake commented, said he looks a little chub. I think that's just muscle, but yeah.
And he does, because like you don't really see muscles in his arms.
Well, he's got big arms.
I don't know what muscles are, but yeah.
You
don't really see muscles, and then you see like two man boobs, even though they might be muscles. Sticking.
They're called
out.
pecs.
He kind of looks fat, but
they're called
probably obviously isn't.
They're called pecs, and yeah, those are kind of like muscular man boobs per se.
I never got. How come like Spider-Man wasn't really buff like that? I mean,
because
he lifts and he swings. First off, swinging alone around the city takes immense strength, which he has. So he'd be working out every single time he's.
Well, yeah, that's because
that's a lot of working out.
Well, because you're thinking of.
He'd be really buff.
Because you're thinking. Because you shut up. Because you're thinking of Ditko Spider-Man. That's the problem. Like in future artists, like they draw him to be more like lean, athletic, swimmer type body, where it's like not buff, but like lean muscle, 6-pack. Like. That sort of thing. Like, he has muscle. But yeah. Back to Luke Cage. Yeah, I'm glad he's not wearing his tiara and his afro.
Yeah. I think that's the one he borrowed from Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Because, like, that's how he was drawn in the 90s, and, like, I knew they weren't going to go that way because that was just, that doesn't fit, like, that, like, underground world or, like, the city streets of Manhattan or wherever it is, Hell's Kitchen, whatever. But, yeah, he looks pretty good. He looks like he fits the role physically. I haven't seen him act in anything yet. But, yeah, that Jessica Jones, though.
So,
we're not going to get into that. We might do
can't
it.
wait to see that show.
Yay. Let's see her carry her own character. Her own show.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Give Green Arrow his own show. I don't care if that's Marvel. Do it.
Give Green Arrow back to Marvel. Oh. Just like that whole thing. Give Spider-Man back to...
You know what makes me mad, though? I wish they could... It's like DC owns all of its characters. You know, not that there's anything bad with not owning all your characters, but what I'm saying is, you know, why can't they mention Batman? Why can't they mention Superman?
In what?
And the CW shows. Flash,
Dude,
Arrow.
Because Drake's definitely tipsy. We just went over that, like, our first piece of news. They said it's, like, separate continuity.
I don't care. Superman and Batman should still exist in that world, even if it is a different continuity.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they are never
they
going to do that.
mentioned Wayne Tech and, like, the magazine thing.
Yeah, they did. They might do it, but I feel like they're sticking more to, like...
Because, I mean, there's a lot of stories, cool stories with Batman and Green Arrow, you know, Brave and the Bold. And then, heck, even Kevin Smith's Quiver has Batman mostly through it.
Drake trying to sneak in a Green Arrow story in there. Alright, guys.
I'm just saying.
We're tipsy as hell. We're tired as hell.
Yeah.
We got school tomorrow. But thank you guys for joining. We are almost hitting an hour. We're at 55 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. We will see you guys next time on the Angry Joe Show. Just kidding. Don't quote me on that. All right, peace out.
And I'm the nostalgia critic, I remember, so you don't have to.